Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you guys for joining me again. My name is Wilkie and I'm here with 6 things that you should know before going into the Lost Ark closed beta for the NA and U version. Now, there are a couple of things that I want to address here, so let's dive right into the very first one. Number 1, Diablo Killer. This is probably the elephant in the room and the biggest misconception about Lost Ark. This game is, despite the isometric looks and despite a few missions and a small fraction of the content being somewhat close to classic ARPGs such as Diablo, Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, or any other representative in that regard, this game really isn't anything like Diablo at all. In fact, it's so different that it doesn't even warrant, or in my opinion, I wouldn't even call it Diablo Killer. Like, sure, you have Chaos Dungeons, which is, like I said, a small fraction of the game. This somewhat could resemble what Diablo could be like, but outside of that, this is a fully fleshed out MMORPG. You have things like classic Guardian raids in a Monster Hunter fashion. You also have life skills. You can either mine stuff, you can also chop wood, you can also dig up treasury, a bunch of other stuff. You also have classic fishing in it. Outside of that, you also have a very good and very polished PvP mode, and a bunch of other things more that are way too many to go over in this video. Just keep in mind that this really isn't Diablo or Path of Exile in a MMORPG. This is a real MMORPG in an isometric perspective, and it has a few, but a very tiny few similarities with Diablo and Path of Exile. Outside of that, it's a phenomenal game. So please try to get into this game, into the beta, with an open mind and not try to kind of like force this into the Diablo formula, because this is really not what Lost Ark is. Number 2, the skill point and tripod system. Now this is actually a 2-in-1 tip that I want to give you guys here. First of all, respecking and changing around your skills is completely free of charge, so there's nothing that you need. As you can see, we're currently in like an open world area where I actually like get to find and use skills, and you can see that I have a bunch of skill points around here. Naturally, at the start of the game, this number is going to be much lower, but the system behind it is still going to be the same. The reason why this is so important, because skill points actually unlock something that is called tripods, or the tripod system, and this is where a lot of build variety comes kicking in. How this system works, in a very brief explanation, is getting a skill to level 4 unlocks the first node of tripods, getting it to level 7 unlocks the second node, and getting it to level 10 unlocks the final node of your tripods. In each tier, you get to use one of those nodes, and those actually like amplify each other. So I can add this one, which adds 2 meters of dash range. I can then, let's take the second one, where I can actually charge twice. And now I get an explosion at the end. So if we're just taking this, for example, if we keep that skill level 4, right? So this is the first tripod. All I get is now 1 dash, and you can see that the skill is now cooldown. So if we're going to go all the way to max, let's take a double charge and the explosion at the end. Now we obviously have to wait until the coolness are back up. So as you can see, now I actually get to use it again. And I have a fancy explosion at the end. This is really important because some of these skills become basically very powerful with the right tripods, and figuring out those and just trying around with the skill points you have is very important, so definitely try that out. Like I said, this is free of charge. You can do it at any given moment, even if you're in like, as long as you're not inside of the combat and you're not having the ability on cooldown, you can mix and match whichever way you want. Number 3, the Powerpass. Now this is something actually not really backing up with in-game footage because we haven't seen it yet, but how this works is once your first character is level 50 and doing or completing the main quest called Eolin's Gift in North Vern, you will be obtaining something called a Vern Powerpass token. This token allows you to push another character to the same spot that you just basically cleared, so it pushes a second character basically for free instantly to your liking. So what that means is trying out one character and getting it to level 15 at closed beta will immediately reward you with another one upon completing that specific questline here. That basically means you will get to try out 2 level 50 characters for the price, if you so will, for 1. Definitely make sure to use that. Try out one character that you see fit, and if you enjoy it, go to level 50 with it. Do this storyline quest here, complete the Eolin's Gift quest. get the Powerpass, and try out a second character for as little as a few clicks. Number 4, the Cashshop. Now this may seem like a little weird tip to some people, but hear me out on this one. We are being provided 40,000 crystals to be used in the Cashshop in the closed beta. So I highly suggest you guys to actually try and use it. This is obviously what you're seeing on screen is the Cashshop on the Russian server. So what we're going to be having on the NA and EU server is most likely going to be looking different. There might be different pricings, there might be different boxes, there might be different items in it. However, everybody, regardless if you have a Founders Pack or if you just got beta access through a key or a giveaway or any other means, you are being handled with those 40,000 crystals. So definitely make sure to open the Cashshop. The default binding is F4. If not, try to figure out what your binding is for that. Try it out, play around with it. It's completely free. There's nothing to be afraid of in this case. Try it out, see if there's something you like or if there's something you don't like. There's absolutely no obligations for you to use it once the game actually goes live. But since this is a free opportunity for everybody, I highly recommend you guys checking this one out. Number 5, the Levelcap. Now this is going to be an important thing, especially for new players that never played Lost Ark before, to understand this kind of system. The leveling process from level 1 to 50 is completely different from how you level onwards. So level 1 to 50 is a story-based, content-based, like exploration type of storyline that you're going through, and the game kind of tells you where to do, what to do, and how to do it. So that's how you're going to go from level 1 to 50. Your main goal is actually to unlock the actual endgame by hitting level 50 and unlocking all of the potential modes that you would be doing. However, once you are actually level 50, this drastically changes from you're having storylines that actually follow you or tell you what to do back into you're out of quests, and all you're going to be doing then is a routine of daily and weekly tasks. However, there is no direct influence or no real point to push to level 55, especially not in the closed beta. So don't worry about level 55 or any higher level than 50. Once you're level 50, just get your routines down, understand the game, understand the core concepts of the game, so you're actually ready for the launch. And levels will come just by doing your daily and weekly things, just by farming materials and just playing the game. Your level will rise naturally, and there is no point actively trying to pursue max level in this game. Number 6, Papunika.com. Now this is definitely not something that will just be limited to the closed beta. This is an English website or fan site for a Lost Ark game. It's a house of a lot of information, many guides, many well-written, English-written, formatted, really nicely looking guides, as well as references to other content creators, to video guides, such as obviously myself, and a lot of other content creators are also represented on this website. This is definitely something I want to give you guys on your way if you're trying to find information, especially English information, in regards to the game. This is one, if not the best go-to source outside like actual video content that myself and other people make for this game. Obviously, there's going to be more websites. If you're familiar with Korean, there's other websites such as Invent as well, but this one is really, really clean, really, really helpful, very responsive to design. Like I said, this looks really clean. You have a bunch of other things, like you can see beginner's guides. So a bunch of things that I actually went through here is very nicely detailed with images, with imagery, so you can actually reference the in-game stuff to what you're reading here. This is really good. So this is definitely something I want to give you guys in a way. As usual, the link to this website is going to be in the description below, so feel free to check that one out. So this actually sums up pretty much the entire video or everything that I wanted to give you guys on your way here for the closed beta. There's one bonus tip that I want to give you guys on your way, and that is enjoy your time. On a personal note, this is obviously biased because I love the game, I make content for the game, but on a personal note, I think Lost Ark is a fantastic game. It's a phenomenal game in the dry age of current MMORPGs, and this is definitely something that I would highly recommend everybody who doesn't really have a problem with the isometric perspective and likes theme park MMORPGs. Definitely give this game a go and see if you like it. There's going to be giveaways, there's going to be free entries into the closed beta as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Outside of that, I do hope you learned something. In case you want to see me live when I stream this game and other games on Twitch, you can do that with the link in the description below. I typically only stream on Mondays, but also some other days, and I will usually announce them on my Twitter or Discord, so if you have those kind of social media, you're also free to check out the links in the description below and see fit in case you want to reach out to me. Outside of that, I do hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys either in the next stream, on the next video, maybe even in the closed beta if you're some of the European folks that are playing on the European servers. Then we might even see each other in games. So do stay safe, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.
You want me to take you back?